If you are entering your no spend, low spend era in 2025, let me tell you what this acronym HALT stands for. It is key to a low spend, no spend year. And I wish I could say I came up with this acronym, HALT, but I didn't. Credit goes to Wallet Hub. They called my radio show today, the David Dujanovic Show on KSL News Radio, when we were talking about no spend, low spend goals for 2025. And the money expert from Wallet Hub who called the show said, implement HALT. Okay, so what does HALT stand for? It is the new rule for no spend, no buy. Do not buy anything if you are hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. Stay off shopping apps, stay out of stores. So how in the world are you going to accomplish this? Well,
I would also like to add desperate, because desperate spending has got to be the worst type of spending that you can do. That's when you, like, let's say you go out and buy a car, you love the car, and they have some ridiculous interest rate, but the problem is you love the car and you're willing to take that on. That's desperate spending. You get yourself in a lot of financial situations with that.
You're going to abide by the other rule, 24-hour waiting period. Kind of like the 24-hour rule that applies to that all caps email that you want to send out with that really inflammatory subject line company-wide. Let that marinate for 24 hours. Same rule goes in 2024 for a low spend, no spend budget. Wait 24 hours and practice HALT.
I spent a shit ton of money in 2024. And I'm really not proud of that. I don't know why I'm smirking. For 2025, I am making it my whole personality of getting my financial shit in order. So I've decided to do a no buy 2025. And yes, this is going to be very hard. It is not supposed to be easy, but it is going to be necessary. I spent so much frivolous money last year trying to get myself out of boredom. I'm an emotional spender. I'm a boredom spender. I'm happy spender, I'm sad spender, all of the above. But also, all of you bitches on TikTok and Instagram posting all this shit that I think that I need, and then I have to go buy it. So I'm not doing that this year. I am not going to do that. I am unfollowing everybody who's doing hauls, Amazon hauls, Target hauls, all the things. I ain't doing it anymore. I'm not consuming that type of content anymore.
I want to ask you guys that are watching this video, what are your financial plans for 2025? Me personally, I think I kind of overspent 2024. I was kind of living on the edge, but I was also paying off a lot of debt. I paid off my cargo van, recently paid off my car, which had like $9,000 on that, got rid of that. This year, I want to be saving up for emergency fund, $15,000, and then putting all the rest into stock market. That's my plan for this year. I don't plan on spending much money, maybe get a phone, maybe a new laptop, because since I have a business, I have to spend the money so the government doesn't tax it. So I got to find some ways to cut down my my income. And the only way for me to do that is just to spend the money. So we'll see how things go this year.
I am following all of the finance girlies. I'm following all of the make a debt payment with me, pay off my credit card, all of those. That's the content that I need. That is the influence that I need.
But honestly, I have seen so many videos where it has absolutely been a game changer in people's finances, and how much they truly saved in 1 month is honestly crazy. So if you have financial goals to reach this 2025, a debt to pay off, a home you are looking to buy, let's do it together. Let's do a no spend January. Here is how me and my husband are doing it and making it attainable and realistic for ourselves. So here are our no spend January rules. First and foremost, we are not going to be spending any money on eating out. We put one exception in there. We're going to be able to have like one meal out, or if a opportunity arises to eat with friends or family that we don't get to see very often, we will make that happen. But just for personally, the two of us, we are not going to have any eating out, no fast food, no Starbucks coffee runs, nothing like that. Next rule for ourselves is also no spending on just extra things. I feel like this is kind of the basic premise of No Spend January, but to break it down into some specific rules for you guys: no new clothes, no new home decor, no new Amazon shopping, no impulse buys from the Aldi.
Well, I mean, clothes, you need to get clothes, But like shopping for like home decorations, no, you don't need any of that stuff. I certainly don't. I do need to go clothing shopping so I can buy some more clothes for the winter, since it's about to get really, really cold and snowy in the East Coast, and I'm just not ready for it. I don't have enough clothes for it.
The fun aisle, No trips to TJ Maxx, no trips to Home Goods, no trips to Target unless it is for home and necessities or food. Another thing that we're going to be seriously limiting in January is also our grocery budget. Now, of course, we need to get gas, groceries, things like this, but I also have found that we can 100% cut back on our grocery bill. When we meal plan for the week and actually decide exactly what meal we're going to have every single day and then only buy the ingredients for those meals, it is astronomical, the difference in the amount of money we spend on groceries. So another part of No Spend January is going to be no excess money on groceries. We will be meal planning every single week and only buying based off that meal plan. And as far as snacks and extra things like that goes, we're going to be eating up what we have. We have a ton of protein bars. We have a ton of chips, crackers, snacks, things like that. So we're just going to be eating up what we have. Of course, if we run out, we can replenish. But for the most part, we're really just trying to get through our pantry.
I'm with it. I'm definitely with that because a lot of people spend a lot more money on food than they think they do. I spend about maybe $800 a month on food for a family of 5, and my kids don't even eat everything. Honestly, most of it just goes to the garbage because, like I said, they're picky as hell. I have 2-year-old twins, 6-year-old son. All of them are picky. So what me and my wife are going to do is we are going to be on like a specific meal plan. We eating vegetables, chicken, and salmon. That's pretty much all we're going to be eating this year. Hopefully. My kids, on the other hand, I don't know because they don't eat that stuff, but I give them chicken nuggets. That's pretty much all they eat, really, and French toast sticks.
And here are a couple of the ways that we are making No Spend January honestly attainable for us. At the end of the day, me and my husband still want to have a month of memories, adventures, joy, fun, things like that. And the truth is, if you put these practical things into place, you actually can have more money than you realize to have those fun adventures and experiences. So we're still going to allow ourselves to have some fun experiences, to maybe even do a little weekend trip because I do have some time off of work. So honestly, this is not like a really cutthroat, really hardcore no spend January like I see some people do where they literally don't spend anything other than like gas and groceries, which I admire people who do that. This was me and my husband's kind of plan for a more attainable, realistic no spend January. Hope this helps give you guys some inspiration on how to structure your no spend January. Of course, there's going to be other rules that I didn't mention in this video. But let this serve as your reminder that these are more realistic than you think, and you can have a really, really, really awesome month of saving in January. And honestly, I just hope this builds healthy habits of budgeting for me and my husband for the whole rest of the year, because a lot of these things are things you definitely can bleed over into months other than just January. Love you guys. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Doing a low buy or no buy 2025, listen up because this is what you're going to wish you'd listen to before you started. I just got finished with my no buy for 2024 and the results were mixed, but I learned a lot, so I want to share those tips with you before you start on your own journey. Tip number 1, do not declutter. You are used to bringing stuff into your home, and decluttering is the purge that justifies the binge of shopping again and buying more stuff. Keeping a minimalist home is not the same thing as underconsumption if you're constantly churning through things, buying them and donating them a few months later. Really take this opportunity to sit in your mess and use the things you already have. The urge to declutter is part of that shopping cycle. Give yourself permission to declutter after your no buy is over, and that way you'll have a much realer sense of what you actually use.
So what she just said is extremely true with my family, especially when it comes to my kids. We just bought them Christmas presents. My son is already asking for more stuff. Like there's a whole bin sitting right there in the corner full of toys that we just bought for him last week. And he's already asking for more toys. Kids, so ungrateful.
Number 2, track your spending. If you're not doing this already, this is the step that's going to rewire your brain. I've been doing this for 10 years now, and my life will never be the same. This will completely change your relationship with money, and if you do it right, you'll actually be able to save a ton without having to trick yourself by hiding money from yourself. Step number 3, proactively budget your money. Check out any of my paycheck videos if you want to see exactly how I do it, but basically you want to be able to say, okay, this paycheck needs to pay the electric bill, my car insurance, and buy groceries this week. Combine this with tracking your expenses, and this process is how you are going to save the maximum amount of money on whatever income it is you have right now. I kid you not, this is how I saved over $100,000 in 10 years. It is not easy to start doing this though, so plan for just a little bit of frustration when you start. Lastly, number 4, create separate budget categories for your no buy. This is how I tackled my no spend, no buy in 2024. I had 4 categories: clothes, books, skincare, and nail polish. If you manage to truly not spend any money in these categories, that's amazing. But if you slip up, that's really normal. As I said, my results were very mixed. So for example, I did manage to spend $0 on nail polish. I spent about $10 on books. I don't even remember what I bought, but now I'm basically checking everything out from the library and it's amazing. I spent $130 on skincare, but mostly that was the red light panel I bought this month. So most of the year I did really well. And clothes was kind of a failure for me. I did spend about $150 less than I did last year, but it was still way more than I was imagining I would spend. But by tracking it, I was holding myself way more accountable and I was able to reflect on a lot of the choices I was making as I was making them. So those are my tips. Go forth and spend less with my blessing.